So guys, today I'm here with my top 10 most wanted characters that I want to see be added into Marvel Rivals. Now first things first, obviously there are a load of leaks going about what characters are going to be coming out in the near future, and whilst yes I have seen some of those leaks will not be influencing my choices here for my top 5. So if by coincidence they end up on this list, just know that I don't really care that they've been leaked. I still want them in the game, and I will not be talking about any of the leaks that have been shown about these characters if they are indeed on this list. And with that all said, let's jump into the first character now, that being, of course, Deadpool. I feel like he is a very much wanted character in this game. Obviously, going to be a duelist of some kind. Can easily picture him with his iconic swords and weapons, just being an absolute menace in the enemy team's backline, or in your backline, whatever Deadpool wants to do. But if they wanted to go down a strategist route, I could also see that potentially, because we do live in a world where they've made Rocket Raccoon as well as Loki strategist heroes. So I could see a world where Deadpool also becomes some kind of strategist, maybe based off of his fourth wall breaking abilities or something like that, if they wanted to go down more of that route. But I feel like the safer route is for him to be some kind of duelist hero, taking advantage of both his melee capabilities and ranged weapon attacks. Next up, let's talk Hitmonkey, who is a character that you probably have zero idea about, so I'll briefly talk about him here. He is basically a monkey who is a hitman and wears a tuxedo and has a load of guns on him. I think similar to Jeff the Landshark, this would be a very funny addition to the game that nobody would actually see coming, and I can see him being a very fun duelist character to play. Obviously, with him being an actual monkey, he would have the small character model similar to Jeff the Landshark, so it would definitely be an annoying character to deal with, and I think a very funny and good addition to this game. Now, next up, let's talk Fantastic Four. Obviously, they have a movie coming out next year, and these are easily some of my most wanted characters to be added to the game. So first, let's talk The Thing. He has a similar look to the Hulk, obviously, apart from the side that Thing is made of rocks instead of like actual skin. So I feel like if he was to be added, he would definitely be the most tanky of Vanguard characters. It would be kind of weird if he was just able to be thrown around like anyone else on the tank or Vanguard roster. So definitely because he's made of rocks, he would be a lot more tankier. Maybe have some resistances to knockback or something. I don't know. Or maybe just throw rocks at people. Either way would be a very nice addition. Next note, let's talk Human Torch. Easily my most wanted character to be added to this game, simply because bro's got that fire ability and would probably end up looking really, really cool, because most of the designs in this game do, and I just want to see all these characters in the art style of this game. But first, Human Torch here, definitely, like I've said, one of my most wanted. Would easily be a duelist character and would have a flying based ability. Don't know if he would go down the route of like an Iron Man or Storm where he's always flying or floating, or if they would go more of a Star-Lord route where they like have him walk about and then one of his abilities is just the ability to fly. Obviously would have some fire type abilities, maybe even the first character to include a damage over time effect would be kind of cool. And yeah, I just really want to see him added to the game. And moving on, let's talk Mr. Fantastic, who would also be another duelist. My idea would be that he has some kind of ranged melee attacks with his ability to stretch out all of his different body parts and stuff. Could maybe also have an ability to resist different damage types thanks to his rubbery-like skin. Could maybe bounce projectiles and bullets off of him, maybe. Don't really know there, but would be a very good addition. And then finally, the Invisible Woman, obviously going to probably be a strategist of some kind with the ability of probably providing shields to her teammates. Now, this would be the first actual support character that doesn't have a main heal, maybe. Maybe she could heal through the shields, but would primarily be a shielder type character, which would be a unique addition to this game. And maybe for some offensive capabilities or just some support stuff, she would be able to trap enemy players also within these little shielded domes, similar to kind of a Squirrel Girl move where she's able to throw that acorn and then squirrels hold an enemy in place for a short amount of time. I could see something like that also being a thing here with the Invisible Woman. Now though, let's move on to my next character here, which is Daredevil. I've seen fan art all over Blue Sky and Twitter with this character, and I have to say it looks really, really cool. And he is definitely going to be one of my most wanted characters to be added to this game. He would obviously be a duelist of some kind, maybe a melee-focused duelist, similar to Spider-Man or Iron Fist, or would be a kind of weapon-based duelist, because he does have that baton club weapon that we see him use a lot, and this thing does have some range to it, so maybe that could be his main way of attacking. But in the show that he does punch a lot of stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me if he does end up being a melee unit. And he would also have some form of mobility similar to Moon Knight and Spider-Man, because that baton club is also seen being used as like a grappling hook style thing. So it would definitely be a very mobile DPS that a lot of people would probably enjoy. And obviously, because Bro's blind, I think like it would be a cool addition if he was immune to Cloak and Dagger's blinding ability, just as a nice little addition there. Don't know if they would actually go down that route, but it is something to take note of, and I think would be kind of funny. And whilst we're on the topic of Daredevil, let's of course talk Elektra, who is also probably going to be a similar character to Daredevil, but she would obviously have her iconic Psy weapons there, and would definitely be a melee-focused duelist character. Although maybe she goes down the strategist route, I don't really know. She would definitely feels more like to me of a duelist, but they could literally do anything. Obviously, her Psy melee combat, very strong melee focus there. Or they could potentially go down the Hela route and have her be a high skill hip fire projectile character. No idea, but with Daredevil being added, you have to add in Elektra there as well, just to complete the set. Next though, let's talk Ghost Rider. Easily one of the most requested characters for this game, not only because Bro looks really cool, but would probably look even cooler in this game's art style. Obviously, flaming head, motorbike, flaming chain would be core things in his kit. The bike for some form of movement, maybe even leaving a flame trail on the ground would be a cool addition to the game, maybe as a way of just blocking off routes or just as additional damage there. And then obviously it would be a kind of mid-range to melee style fighting character with that flaming chain. Maybe could use it like a Roadhog hook and grab people. Maybe could end up being a kind of vanguard unit in that case, but mainly do see him being a duelist character. Really cool kit potentially, and obviously really cool design as well. Looks amazing, would definitely fit in with this game and hopefully gets added quite soon. And then for my final character on this list, I have Nova, who you probably also haven't heard about. This guy is basically, think of a Green Lantern, but in the Marvel universe, and has a cool set of armor. Kind of similar to Iron Man, where he just shoots lasers out of his hands and stuff and flies about. So I could see them probably going with a strategist for this hero, giving Bro some healing type abilities, or they could just go down the duelist route and think of some way of differentiating him from Iron Man himself. Obviously, with the art style of this game, once again, he would look incredibly cool, fingers crossed, because they haven't missed on really any characters that they've released, really. There's only a couple that I don't really like, but overall, character designs in this game would go insane, and I think Nova would be a very cool addition to add in. And that's basically my top 10, although I do have a load of other characters written down here, which I'll quickly go over, because obviously these are some main MCU characters that still aren't in the game, mainly Falcon, Ant-Man, Wasp, War Machine, Vision, Captain Marvel, and even Miss Marvel. I feel like are definitely going to be added at some point in the game. Then obviously you have Doctor Doom, who is in the game, but still not playable. So maybe he would be a good option to bring in as well. Maybe not the same Doom that is the main villain of the story for the game, but maybe a different timeline version of Doctor Doom would be a great addition. And yeah, those are my best guesses as to what character and most wanted characters that I would want to see added to this game. But like I said, this is just my top 10 list. Be sure to leave yours down in the comment section down below. And one thing that I also want to mention is that when they did talk about character releases, they did say heroes as in plural. So maybe with each season we can get a handful or small group of characters with each release. Obviously, that's just me getting my hopes up. We have no idea yet, but hopefully when we get closer to Season 1, we can learn more about how many characters we can expect to get with each season's release. And yeah, that's everything for today's video. That's my top 10. Like I said, leave your most wanted characters in the comment section down below, and I'll be reading through and seeing what ideas you guys have. And yeah, with that said, that's it from me here today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe. But that's it from me here today, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.